Hello all of you beautiful people, Jules here for Live and Let's Dice. And I don't know about you, but I absolutely adore me some Warhammer Underworlds. It is a game that has taken the tabletop world by storm with its combination of low model count number and deck building strategy that caters to fans of Magic the Gathering. And yet, there is a foul wind blowing that smells of goat crap and unwashed hooves because Beastgrave, the third installment, not including Dreadfane, of the main game of Warhammer Underworlds has come out. And thanks to Games Workshop, we were sent an early copy with which to provide you lovely people with a review. Now, with previous editions, we've seen the narrative take us further inside the mirrored city of Shadespire, but now, with Beastgrave, we are in a completely new area. This time we're deep in the realms of chaos, where the laws of nature have been stretched and perverted to the extreme. Yet the question is, does Beastgrave do enough to the formula to warrant a purchase? Well, let's have a chat. So what is actually new apart from the setting? Well, it's less of a full reinvention of the game, but a gentle refining that makes this a truly compelling new season. For example, there have been a few new keywords added to character cards that give them new roles on the battlefield. And in the core set, we get to see two of these, Hunter and Quarry. The Hunter role on the surface appears nothing more than a bit of fluff, but when you look at the ploys and upgrade cards that only affect these models with these keywords, you begin to see new tactical opportunities that were previously unavailable. You might initially look at some of the characters in the core set and think that their damage output is fairly weak, but combined with marking their prey, their live movements as well means that they can often strike at a distance and then maneuver away. As the theme of this set is clearly the perversions of nature and the great hunt of battle, we're bound to see even more strategies built on these keywords, and I for one absolutely bloody love it. Another two new additions that you'll see on the cards are Ensnare and Scything. Now Ensnare is basically cleave but for dodge characters, meaning that they can't counter dodge as a success, and it's honestly going to be pretty brutal against some warbands who have relied on their speed to get them out of trouble. Now Scything, on the other hand, basically replaces the description of "this attack targets all adjacent enemies." It clears up space on the card, and it is a welcome addition. And speaking of welcome changes, Guard is now finally bloody useful, as your model can't be pushed back when you use it. Trust me, in a world of pits that will rip you limb from limb and cards that do damage to you after you've been pushed back, having the option to stay on your feet has never been more needed, so bravo, Games Workshop, for that. Even the setup of the game has received a subtle but effective tweak in that lethal hexes are now chosen by the players, one tile each, and can be placed anywhere on the board outside of an occupied or starting hex. Therefore, if you wanted to afford your warband a little bit of breathing room, it is now very possible to create a horrible wall of death to break up a direct charge. Although be wary, because your opponent can also place one and may well use it to create a horrible pocket of despair for any warband looking to hide in their own board. Not that I do that, but I am very worried. When playing the game as well, there's also been a few tweaks to the core rules. Basically, all of the errata and FAQs of recent seasons have been put into print, and thank God it is, because this rulebook is easily the most instant to get to grips with and has clearly been approached with the mentality of giving new players everything they need to get started quickly. Hell, even the back of the book is a flowchart, meaning that you can instantly see what happens in nearly any situation. That is very welcome. The cards have also had keywords highlighted for ease of newer players and veterans alike, which is a huge help when planning and considering what each ploy and each character can do. It is a fantastic update to the rules presentation that makes things simpler without losing any detail along the way. Very, very welcome indeed. So let's take a look at the two new warbands that you get in the core set, Skaeth's Wild Hunt and Grashrak's Despoilers. Now if you're choosing to play as the half-animal, half-elf characters, you might initially be amazed at their Inspire condition of simply having a charge counter on them at the end of the phase. Yet here's the thing, don't rush them in turn one, as while they are indeed quick, they aren't that durable under pressure. What you could look to do is make use of their ranged characters and their wizard to pepper enemy lines with fire and then bait them towards you turn one, and then blow the horn of the hunt and smash everything round two. These guys are lightning quick and can capture objectives very easily, meaning that you can rack up glory points sharpish and then upgrade them to make them more effective in battle. And their Hornblower's ability of being able to use an action to aid his allies by allowing them to reroll any number of dice is incredible. He's also a wizard that becomes level 2 when inspired, so may well be one of the best support characters in the game right now. Just remember though that charge token needs to have stayed on them until the end of the phase, meaning that everyone does have the chance to pile in and kill them, so just bear that in mind. However, let's say that you're feeling rotten to the core and want to try out the Beastman. Well, you've got an instant numbers advantage over some of the warbands and a really heavy hitting combo in your Beastgrave second in command Drachna, who hits for 3 damage a pop uninspired and gets cleave on the flip. And your leader is a wizard who has a passive ability wherein he gains ritual token points for kills that can also be used as a reaction to reroll 1 attack dice. These rerolls are like gold dust in a game where every hit counts, so it's going to be interesting how the community uses these on the table. But as a core set though, man, these guys are good. The model quality is of course exceptional, and I love how the personality of each of the members shines through. But the production quality doesn't just stop there, as it also spills over onto the boards. Honestly, I have not seen better looking game boards than these, and with the writhing masses of mouths and hazards, it makes me feel sick, but in a good way. So, is Beastgrave worth picking up? Of course it is. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this format as is, so this refinement is like polishing an already gleaming gem. But looking at this box set from the perspective of a beginner is when the real value becomes apparent. The rules have never been clearer, and to be honest, it's great as even a long-term player to see printed examples of situations that have arisen in matches in the past. Never again will I fall prey to knockbacks seemingly pushing me towards my foes, and now I'm actually finding a reason to put my team on guard, which is a strange feeling to say the least. So there we have it. Those were my thoughts on Warhammer Underworlds Beastgrave. Let me know if you're thinking of picking this up, and if you have already been lucky enough to play around with this, how have you been finding it so far? I know that there's a few leaks going around at the moment about what warbands are coming up next. Savage Orcs, Ghouls. You didn't hear it from me, that's literally on the Warhammer community. But anyway, another piece of information that I need to tell you is that I'm going away for 3 weeks starting next week. So the content might slow down a little bit going on there. But we have some podcasts that we're going to be trying out soon. There's going to be some bat reps on Beastgrave that I should have the lovely Osley who works here at What Culture with me editing them. So hopefully we'll be coming out soon. And who knows, when I'm back, we might be trying some live streams. So that should be something to look forward to, right? As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're getting up to. And who knows, when I'm on my travels, I might bump into you. And if so, let's have a game. Anyway, catch you later, guys. Have a great one.